Linda's Pantry, and today I'm going to bring you along for a delicious bread pudding recipe. And I've got my own, but I'm having so much fun with this King Arther flour baker's companion. There's a down-home bread pudding recipe in here, and I'm going to follow that. It really looks delicious. It looks very similar to mine, but this is what you do with all this bread. I've been making bread, as you know, and we've got some that we need to use up, and it's not necessarily, like this one isn't really stale yet, but this one is. This one is Noreen's white bread recipe, perfect white bread. I've got two of those, and then what's left of the honey maple wheat, and this is a wheat honey wheat bread as well. We've got to make something with it, so I'm going to make bread pudding. And the other ingredients that it calls for, and this is on, if you don't have this book, I'll leave a link in the About section below. You can go look at it. It's not an expensive book. It's got tons of recipes and really broke down very well for you. It also breaks down the nutritional facts if you follow the recipe. This is in the yeast breads, but it's on page 266. So that's what she looks like, and it's a big, thick book. Okay. Now, it calls for a cup of pecans chopped up, or pecans. I've got those chopped up here. A cup of raisins. I need 4 eggs beaten, and you need 32 ounces or 4 cups of milk. And I'm using 2% organic milk. I don't buy anything but grass-fed organic milk now. We don't drink that much, and I figure it's worth the cost for me to put something good in our diet instead of, whatever. Anyways, and the sweetener, it gives you options. You can use just sugar, honey, brown sugar, molasses, you name how you want to sweeten it. I'm going to use organic maple syrup because of the maple flavoring that's in, and maple and pecans, oh my gosh, who doesn't want some of that? We need vanilla, and this is Haitian vanilla. Thank you, Brad and Krista, for turning me onto this. It's delicious. I've got a nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, and we're ready to go. Okay, let me get this bread all cut up, and I'm gonna need 9 to 10 cups, I think it says, of bread cubes. So we're gonna cube this up, okay, so I got all my bread cut up. That's a lot of bread. Didn't use quite all of it, but this is the honey wheat, what's left of the honey wheat, and I'm gonna make some stuffing mix or some breadcrumbs with this. I haven't quite decided, but I'm gonna let it get a little more stale because it's still pretty fresh. This stayed fresh longer than any of them. So, except for the Amish white bread, that really stays fresh. We're gonna see about the sourdough. The baguettes, you can refresh those. If you wanna see how to do that, I'll show you. But I'm gonna reserve the sourdough, the rosemary sourdough. I'm gonna use some of that to make my own Italian breadcrumbs. So, see how the byproducts of your bread making can come, and you're saving a ton of money. This cost pennies to make, and now we're turning what was stale bread that somebody might have thrown away into a beautiful dessert. Okay, this would be great for breakfast or brunch as well. Now what they have you do is you take a stick of butter and your milk, and we're going to heat that up until the butter is melted. Okay, let's see, I do mine a little bit differently, and then I'm going to add my maple syrup, a cup of maple syrup, and that's a really nice organic maple syrup. Oh, I love the flavor, is outstanding. Make sure you get all that out of there. And then in your eggs, you're going to go ahead and add your spices. And we need, let's get this down, we need salt, half a teaspoon of salt. And that goes right in your egg mixture, okay? Nutmeg, it calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon. So we need, there's a 1/4, there's a 1/2. Okay, and we need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and a teaspoon of the Haitian vanilla, or whatever vanilla you have. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Oh, this is so good. Bread pudding is delicious. At Christmas, I made a gingerbread bread pudding. And it was a hit. It came out so good. Okay, so let's get our vanilla. And I'm gonna put my milk on off camera. Just get this stirred up. Your egg mixture. And what they want you to do in a large bowl is put your nuts and your fruit in with your bread. Okay, and you can choose whatever fruit. I mean, you could put cranberries in here if you wanted. You could put golden and regular raisins. That's what I did in my bread pudding, the gingerbread bread pudding. And even the people that don't like ginger, that gingerbread flavor, or you know, like a ginger snap cookie, loved it because it wasn't overdone. And I'm just going to give this a little bit of a toss just to get those down in there a little bit. No, it's going to be so good. Okay, now make sure we've got everything. We got our pecans. You could use walnuts, raisins, dates, cranberries, cherries. It's up to you what you use. Okay, now that we've got that, I'm going to go heat up my milk mixture and I'll come back and we'll finish putting this together. And I have to choose a pan. It's asking me to put it in a pretty small pan, but I think I want this to be a little different than the standard bread pudding. So okay, so let's start with, it says to put it in a 9x9 baking dish. This is a 12 by 7.5 roughly, or 7. So it's really close. Now, this is a beautiful pan. This is a La Cuisine. It's not a La Creuset, but it's made just like that. It's cast iron enamel. Thank you to my husband again for my beautiful Christmas gifts. Just so blessed. I've got my egg mixture in here, and it's, you know, you can see that cinnamon in there. I'm gonna go ahead and temper the eggs because the milk gets pretty hot. We don't wanna just put the eggs in there or they will cook. So I'm gonna temper the eggs, and being a lefty, this is always challenging. So just keep whisking, and pour it in slow. Okay, you're bringing the eggs up in temperature, and that way they won't curdle or start to scramble when you combine these two. Now, it doesn't say that in the recipe, but it's common sense to me. So note, sometimes recipes don't give you all the details. It didn't even say to cool this down. So tempering the eggs, as soon as I'm done with that, we will move on. I'm left-handed, darn it. And this is a right-handed pan, I guess. So, but we'll pour this down over our bread. And the bread's gonna soak this all up. Oh, oh, can you just taste it already? I like to let mine sit for a minute. You wanna really let your bread soak it up, but you don't wanna break up your bread till it's crumbs either. So, you got plenty of liquid to bread ratio. Now, we are gonna transfer this into our pan and see if we can get this to all fit. And if it does, hooray! It's gonna be delicious. Okay, this goes in a 350-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes until you can out and it comes out clean. Okay, so this bread pudding is done. This is the perfect vessel for this. It kind of puffed up and made me a little bit worried for a while that it was going to be too kind of bubble over, but it did not. And so I take a bamboo skewer, put it in the center, it comes out clean, you're done. There's a lot of liquid to this recipe, and my bread wasn't super stale, so you want a little more of a stale bread. Now, part of this is going to go to my neighbor. My very good friend and neighbor just had surgery a couple of days ago, I think, and I'm sending over a care package. And this is a perfect fit. I'm going to fill this little tin with some bread pudding for them, all warm and toasty, and it's a perfect time for dessert. So, all right. But first, I'm going to taste it, and you'll see at the end of the video how beautiful the pictures are. And the raisins, you know, I was kind of going, well, why didn't they soak the raisins? But because there's so much liquid, they absorb all that liquid as they're cooking. So that's kind of cool. And the top is crusty, but not, you know, not over crusty. You want this soft. This is such a great way to have. Ooh, and it didn't stick. I better cut a piece and put it on a little plate. I'll bring you in and show you what I got. Okay, so I cut out a little sacrificial corner here. And cast iron stays hot for a long time, so be careful. But I cut that out. Oh, and it actually came out really clean. No sticking, nothing. It's all that butter. Okay, now, here we go. And I have an apple cheese bread pudding recipe that I know you guys would love. So if you want to see that recipe on my next bread pudding, maybe we'll do that one. It's a little more savory but still sweet. It's so delicious. So there's the bread pudding. Now I've got that edge, or the part that was close to the pan, so you can see how brown it got. It's not crispy by any means. The top gets a little crispy. Now it would be great to serve with a scoop of ice cream. I'm not a big sweets eater, so I'm gonna have one bite of this and call it good. Oof, because it's so hot. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think this is super sweet though. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not a sweets eater per se. I mean, I like them, but I like them in very small amounts. As a kid, I did not like sweets at all. But as an adult, I guess I've changed, which is scary. This is delicious. It's not too sweet. The nuts and the raisins and the spices are fantastic. What a wonderful way to use up your stale bread, or your bread that is sitting around that you don't know what the heck to do with it. This is fantastic. And it's very inexpensive. 4 eggs, some milk, you know, some ingredients you already have in your pantry. And now it's going to be a delicious treat for my neighbor. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to do that for her. And guys, this is fantastic. Let me tell you, if you're not a huge sweets eater, don't put ice cream on it, okay? I wouldn't put ice cream. I just eat it like this. Maple, pecans, cinnamon and nutmeg. This would be fantastic with apples in here. And like I said, I do make one with apples. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. It's free. Hit the bell and get notified whenever I upload. And as always, guys, I wish you were my neighbor right now. Or you'd come over. Oh my gosh, it's so good. My husband's gonna love this. And check the links below. I've got a link for Zaycon. I've got my mailing address. Thank you for all the Christmas cards. I absolutely adored each and every one of them. And now we're moving on for the new year, and we're going to bring you along for other delicious things you can do with something you might have sitting there on the counter waiting to be thrown out. All right, we'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.